This season in Survivor Calgary, icons from previous seasons came together to fight it out in two tribes, the cold and calculating Yeti tribe, and the flashy, loud, and resurgent Phoenix tribe. The season started with the Yeti tribe taking a quick 2 defeats, forcing them to go on the back foot. But a dilemma for the Phoenix tribe allowed Sydney to take the me idol, a betrayal which remained undetected for the large majority of the game. With suspicion growing within the Phoenix tribe, a swap took place. A schoolyard pick which isolated Sean and Shervin on one side, and a vulnerable Cam on the other. Cam found himself with a more cooperative tribe than he expected, but also found himself eliminated after Evan received and played an idol for being the last pick. Over on the new Phoenix tribe, Sean did a similar play, but due to Shervin's social maneuvering with the new group in Phoenix, he found himself able to avoid the vote despite an upcoming idol play he divulged to the majority alliance. After yet another Yeti loss, Evan once again found a way to keep on living in the game by drawing safe on the shot in the dark, forcing the remaining Type 4 of Yeti to fracture, going into the merge, sending Eric out of the game. At the merge, Cam returned into the game with information from Eric on the edge. He quickly found two strong allies, Shervin, who still found himself on the outside between two groups, and Taylor, Cam's childhood friend, who had unlocked the lockbox to receive an idol and who was one of the central figures of the powerful Phoenix Core 4. That Phoenix Core 4 of Sydney, Craig, Jackson, and Taylor became a Core 6, integrating the recently swapped Shervin and the more recently resurrected Cam. With these numbers, they steamrolled the early merge, earning powerful bounty advantages, an idol for Sydney, and the enduring Ember advantage for Cam for eliminating Sean. This Core 6 could not stay fully together forever though, as when it came time to eliminate Cole, Taylor, Shervin, and Cam organized a blindside on the presumed owner of the me idol, Craig. After this blindside, the now Core 5 refocused on eliminating potential underdog tribal council threats, initially focusing on Evan, who once again found a way to survive by finding the fireball idol during the challenge, which he shared with Cam. This ultimately resulted in Jackson getting sent out of the game. After this vote, Cole was finally taken out in a tearful goodbye going into the final day of the game. That night, Sean overcame Eric to return from the edge, giving us our final 6. Evan has been under constant pressure the entire season, but has always found a way to keep on going and survive. Is this finally the end of the road, or will he secure a majority of the votes in the final tribal council? Sean, fellow cockroach to Evan, has now earned himself a spot back in the game. Are enough endgame threats in the way for him to make it? Or will he be convincing enough to earn the win? Shervin is the lone original Yeti to survive all the way purely through his social gameplay, relying on his tight relationships that he cultivated with Cam and the Phoenix Core 4 to make it here with control over who goes home. Can he continue that control to win the title? Taylor, an under-the-radar force in the Phoenix Core, has been a careful schemer, organizing blindsides and power moves with Shervin and Cam while maintaining tight relationships with those at the bottom. Will he be able to make it and clarify his gameplay enough to win over the jury? Cam, a player who has been playing with house money since making it back into the game, has embodied the Phoenix, returning from the flames in a bright flash, securing alliances, winning immunities, and organizing underhanded eliminations one after the other. Has his fire burned too bright? Or will he soar to victory? Sydney, a key decider of the Phoenix Core from the beginning of the game, and the initial betrayer that no one suspected. She enters the final 6 with 2 idols. If she plays them, only the final 4 can stop her. With an impressive resume to pitch to the jury, will she earn the coveted title? 6 players remain, and by the end, only one will stand as the sole survivor.
Man, from being idled out with one single vote against me to winning my way back in, to making it to the end of day 2. I did a lot of not chill stuff today. We're doing the edge of turn challenge, Sean and Eric, in the finale, and Sean is up 1 as of right now, which I actually think is huge for us. Eric's a competitor, really hard to beat in challenges. Like obviously, like next to Evan pretty much. Yeah, I'd say like
That'd be really funny if Sean came back in, actually.
I have like
Yet again.
I have like down
People are hard to get out.
Well, I have like down people taking Sean out, so it'd be funny to be like, I'm gonna use this bounty I got for voting Sean out to steal Sean's vote. I do want to make it clear, if Sean makes it back, he would be so clear cut on getting them out because those two are like this. Those two were like literally the number 1 and number 2. They were actually like literally like this the whole time. It's okay though because we can just use our advantages. First of all, we have them. Yeah, we can advantages, idols. We can split with most times too.
I don't see how it can go away.
We might not even need to use the advantage. Okay, day 3 is about to begin. Sean is back from the edge. So we have me, Cam, Sydney, Shervin, Evan, Sean. I seem to have placed myself quite well going into all of this, as long as I can make it past the next tribal, get to 5, play my lockbox idol, which expires at 5, so gotta be safe there, and then we're guaranteed final 4 if we make it past the next tribal. And then in which case, if it does happen to be Cam, Shervin, Sid, and I actually think all 3 of them might take me. So I'm seriously starting to consider throwing the final 4 challenge. I need to have a lot of talks. But that's brewing up right now, so if your boy can just get taken to the final, taken to final 3, and not have to be the one to ruin those relationships, which again, like, would be a good thing at the end of the day. But if I can position myself in such a way that I don't have to do that, why would I?
Top 6. Because Sean made it back from the edge last night. Are you joining me? Tribe? Just in time to have cold water poured on him first thing in the morning, which is what everybody here loves. The challenge today is drop in a bucket. I will be asking you trivia questions from this season of Survivor until, if we make it that far, we run out of those questions. And then I will be asking you questions from the first 3 seasons. Every time you get asked a question, if you get it correctly, I take this solo cup, fill it with water, and put it in the punishment bucket. If you get the answer wrong, I empty the punishment bucket into your bucket. So, the longer you can go with getting questions right, the more damage you could do to your opponent, which is great. But it also adds pressure on you to ensure that you're not the one who bites the bullet at the end of the day. Last person standing wins immunity. First question. Who was voted most honest? during touchy subject, Cam. Sherman, who was the first player voted out of the game? Evan, who was the player voted out right before the merge?
Eric.
Another correct answer. Punishment bucket getting more and more full. Sydney, name both edge returnees.
Cam.
4.
Jesus Christ.
Done. How many players made the merge, including all edge returnees?
I would say that's a cool 11.
That is correct.
It doesn't include just me. He has the buff.
Taylor, who won the stations challenge? Taylor, that is the first incorrect answer of the day.
Oh yeah.
You get a punishment bucket. Stay strong, friend. Bucket, now empty once again. All right, and Taylor is out. Snaking back the other way. John, who was the second player eliminated from the game?
Second player eliminated from the game was Willow.
Oh, that is correct. Well done. Sydney, you're hidden behind Evan. So perfect is his posture.
Yeah.
Who were the captains for the tribe swap?
Malone. And Craig.
That is correct. Another cup added to the punishment bucket. Evan, which tribe won the most challenges in the pre-merge?
Not us. The Fire Tribe. Or Phoenix Tribe.
Correct. Sherman, who was the caller for the tribe that won
Jackson.
blindfold puzzle challenge? This guy's on point. Cam, name a single number from the lockbox's combination.
18.
That is correct.
Shit, well there's the other.
You're welcome to finish that off for you guys. Cam! How many cards were there in Hot Hands and Cold Reads? 14 is correct, Cam. No. Sherman! Who told Cole at Tribal, you have nothing to be proud of?
Oh, Sydney.
That is also correct, Sherman. Wow. Evan! Who bought their way into the first Edge final? That is correct. Another cup added to the bucket. And Evan is eliminated. Sydney, who played the first immunity idol of the merge?
John?
That is incorrect.
I'm right here!
He's literally the guy in the photo.
I remember Malone, that's it.
Alright, Sydney, punishment bucket. Next question. Sean, what idol did Cole play? That is correct, Sean. We're snaking back now, Sean. How many minutes completely passed in the blindfolded time trial for both tribes?
It was 60 minutes and 40 seconds.
We only needed the minutes. You got that correct. Sydney, I apologize for getting some of the punishment bucket on you, but I mean...
Ask the question.
Who bought their... Oh, how many minutes completely... No. What was the initial prize of me or we? What was the initial prize of me or we? That is incorrect.
What?
The initial prize before we had you revoked. Bucket once again empty. Next question. Sydney eliminated. Sherman, you're next. We have 2 memorial challenges for past players this season. Name one of those memorial challenges.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Great.
You said the stakes were loud.
Yeah. Starting to feel it. Who won the most immunities so far this season? Is that an answer or a question?
Yes.
Good stuff. How many votes did Craig receive when he was eliminated, Cam?
5.
That is also correct. Another cup added to the bucket. All right. We are on to Sherman. Who are the opportunities from season 2?
Only? Or sorry, season 2.
Yep.
Oh, fuck me. Oh, fuck
10 seconds.
Conrad.
You are wrong.
Yeah, fuck, I don't know. I just knew. I didn't play that season.
John! Who was the first player eliminated from season 2?
Season 2. I don't know.
All right. You get a cup.
It was Neil. Oh, wait, no, let's go.
Kale.
I
Neil
did
was second. Neil was second.
John!
Freaking me out.
What did the winning tribe receive as the reward from the only reward challenge of season 1?
Just take the water.
Idol?
That is incorrect. You got another cup. Hey Sherman! Across all seasons, which Survivor Calgary player won the most individual immunity challenges? Sherman, that's correct. You get to add one to the bucket of punishment. Damn! Which tribe captain was the first eliminated from season 3?
Conrad.
And that is correct. Add it to the bucket of punishment. Sherman eliminated. Valiant effort. Damn! For season 2, which player earned the fewest total votes against them throughout the game, not including revotes?
Robin.
Damn, that is incorrect. The correct answer was Lex with 0. John! In season 3, Sydney played an extra vote advantage from the edge, which successfully tipped the votes to eliminate which players?
You just need a rundown.
Nope. You have 10 seconds.
Just
That is incorrect. Bold of you to assume that they would use an advantage from the edge to move the first player voted out of the game. John! Other than Timothy, only one player won individual immunity in season 1. Who were they?
that's a great question.
Oh, just take the water, dude.
You know?
That is incorrect. John, let it go. Add the bucket. Keep those arms straight, gentlemen. Dougie.
I know you're struggling. You're lying.
Hey Cam, it's your turn.
I know.
In season 1, how many players were left in the game at the merge?
Including Flo?
In season 1, how many players were left?
Let's go 10.
10 is incorrect. Enjoy a fresh cup of water. Damn! Take it back. In season 3, players had to unscramble a 10-letter word to earn individual immunity. What was the winning word? 10 seconds, Cam.
Water.
John, let's take it back to you. What was the full name for season 2? Keep those arms straight, John. Not gonna ask again. Take the water.
Was it brains versus belligerents? Yeah.
That is incorrect, Sean. You get another cup. And in season 3, 2 players played the shot in the dark, but it didn't work for them. Name one of those players.
Taylor.
That is correct. Yeah! That was the punishment bucket. Cam, what 2 players joined the game late in season 1?
Timothy. His wife.
What's her name?
I know the answer is his wife. Please. I should count. I know who it is.
Sean! In season 3, only one player earned immunity by taking a shot in the dark. Which player was eliminated instead of them? That is incorrect. You get another cup. In season 2, 2 players co-played a battle and flipped a coin to determine which of them would earn immunities. Which 2 players were they? Sean, you're out of time. What's it going to be?
I don't know, man. Give me water.
Cam, what was the first challenge of season 1? Sean, we just think back with him. Spike ball. Damn, that is correct. You get that one. And amazing. Yeah, congratulations. You have one individual immunity saved from the vote.
Well, Squires, you've graduated to become members of the jury. You are no longer filth. Congratulations. We're still having you do unpaid tasks if you so choose. There's no cups on the line. There's nothing. There's just brownie points. And it's related to the actual game.
Yeah, my shoulders, holy shit. Yeah.
I'm probably gonna.
We're fine.
Just because.
I mind if I join you for this?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, well. Is it me or
Pitch
Sean?
it, baby. Pitch it.
As of right now, I don't think we know. Do you know if Sean has anything? I have no clue. I don't think so. Do you think he tells you? I could talk to him.
Sean was kind of spooky in that jump, like stoic.
That's exactly my thought. Is you saw how fast I was out, and you saw how tough of a competitor he is. You'll have a way better chance getting me out next challenge versus him if he wins a challenge and he's almost in the top 4 guaranteed. So
Okay.
that's gonna be my pitch.
That's a
right
really
now.
good pitch.
That's a fair pitch.
Yeah, my legs are fucking shot. That fucked my shoulder up. I got nothing in the tank for challenges.
That's fair.
And he's fresh. And the edge loves him. So
that's a lot to consider.
Okay, that's actually like, yeah, that's helpful.
That's fair.
okay, should we think about it?
Okay,
Sure, you think I can have a water? Of
I
course.
feel kind of evil being in Sweden when people come to us just like pleading. I feel like a king. Like, and people are like I'm trying.
I think Sean can't win the game. He's played such a forward game.
Yeah.
Like, the worst thing with Sean is if he beats us in Final 5, but, like, come on.
Sean,
We can do that. We can do that.
Sean hasn't
I
won
think
a single
if my
challenge.
body is fucked right here. Sean's body is fucked. I'm telling you right now. He's not okay.
Sean hasn't won a challenge. Sean socially lost the game. The only thing Sean did was win the edge. That's it.
And, like,
Exactly. We'd be so stupid.
We'd be so
we're
stupid.
taking it.
Okay.
Yeah. Should we do 3 on Evan? And just
Try
throw
to get
1 on
Sean to do.
Yeah, well, I'll tell Evan. I'm gonna be like, here's what we can try to think that. I'll be like, hey, we're just having a split vote, so like maybe like if you want to try to save yourself, just vote Sean, and then we'll just throw our votes on Evan. And Sean.
Should we just do 3?
Yeah, maybe 3 on Evan.
So, what's your pitch? What do you got here?
Oh yeah, I think Cam for sure.
It's too strong of a player.
Yeah. Too strong. There we go. There we go. No, I was just wondering, so do you want to chat?
Okay, sure.
I think I'm going to keep it pretty simple, not bullshit you.
Okay.
Like, I haven't been trying to bullshit anybody this game.
Yep.
I think Shervin, like I think is the name that goes in. Like I think what makes sense to me right now is you, me, and Evan as a final 3. We each have a good story. You've played a great game from the start.
Evan in a final 3. Why not Taylor?
And also, I wouldn't be upset with Taylor either, but I think Cam definitely has to go. He's a good story. Shervin's definitely got to go just because he keeps on fucking backstabbing everybody.
Yeah. They want to vote on Evan.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they want to do.
Yeah.
Right now. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do this.
Oh, then you won't. But I think like their play. Here's what Cam's gonna do. He's gonna try to keep Shervin and Taylor around. So if he goes to final 3 with them, he wins. He's the only one with the good story. He's the only one with the comeback.
Yeah.
It's easy.
It's hard because I feel like I don't have a great story.
Yeah, I feel like you have a
So
pretty
they pick
strong
Shervin over
one.
me.
Like my perception of you in this game is you've been running the fire tribe. You've been leading that angle. You've been grabbing like some advantages and stuff, winning challenges. That's strong.
Okay. This is giving me.
No, hear me out. Okay? This is exactly what I was worried about. You see how he just pulled his head, right? That's why I was thinking. Yeah, no, but if he's trying to get sit on there, so take a big play here. This is where it gets really fucky. Okay, because a big turn could be in the works, possibly. I would hope that Sid sticks.
I think it'd be stupid for Sid. But
I agree, but I feel like we should eliminate all possibilities and just take a vote away from them. Because then we see any sort of, you know.
Any of you guys want to talk?
yeah, you can join our little group here.
Sorry, Evan. I just need to.
Yeah. I think it might be right. I think this vote has to be Evan because.
But then what happens next one? Then there's just harder numbers.
I don't think Sean has anything. I don't know if you would tell me at this point. But.
I mean,
If you know
he doesn't, it would be.
Will you vote Sean with us here?
Yeah, I'd vote Sean with you guys. Yeah. Like he just came back from the edge. I mean, he has good. Like he was having a good relationship with everyone over there. Like that's not someone you want to sit next to at the end.
Yeah. And like
he's just a likable guy too, right? So.
If you're willing to vote Sean with us,
Yeah,
we could probably
absolutely.
take it out there.
All right, well, final 6. Feel in the same position as before, where it's me or Sean right now. So made the pitch. Sean did a lot better in the challenge than I did. I'm not really a challenge threat like he is. He's liked by the edge. Tried to make that pitch. Ideally, I would like Sean and I to try to talk to someone else and see what we can do, see if we can get anyone else off their tribe, because I feel like there's 4 threats there, and maybe we can make something work. But yeah, we'll try our best, and if it isn't one of us, I just hope it's Sean and not B. So, yeah.
I don't know right now.
Like, who do you think are
scary?
Are you a 3?
I think Evan's got a.
He's got a good story.
I don't have a 3 at this time. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I can't. It's still like a little too early to decide who I think I can beat in the end.
Yeah.
Well, like Evan's obviously got his crazy story. I think.
Yeah.
He might be next up.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I think there's a bunch of people with some good stories. Like Evan, obviously, is at the top. Cam's won a bunch of challenges, did the edge return. I've done the edge return. Sydney's been strong. Like, I think, just thinking final 3. Now, obviously, I'm going to say this to you because it's probably best for me. But like, I think if you want to be competitive for final 3, you got to do something big. You got to make some moves.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean.
Because if you're just with your guys till the end, and if
sure.
Cam gets in there, then it's like, okay, well, Taylor played a great game.
No, for sure, yeah. Cam will for sure be hard to beat. Yeah, come on in. Yeah, but it's as far as that part of the game is, I don't, nothing's set in stone for me. I really don't know what to do at that point.
Is there? Are you wanting to go to the end with those 4 or with those 3? Like, do you feel like you have a good chance against them? Because right now it's probably your best chance.
One of the stories that I'm scared of is Cam's for sure.
Yeah, Cam is a huge threat right now.
Yeah.
And I do feel like if you don't break them up soon, like it's just going to be you 4 at the end.
Yeah.
And one of you will have to try to beat him in fire, otherwise you're going to have to be there at the final trouble against Cam.
Yeah.
So this might be your best chance to do that. I don't know how willing you are to do that.
Yeah, don't know how good you are making fires.
I don't have any like.
Yeah, you're at this point.
So
you're
like,
alone. Like Sid has an idol.
Like we would have to get one other person for this to work.
I think you might be
so
able
like
to.
I'm not sure if it would.
I think we're talking to Sid pretty heavy.
Sid
especially if we
did
think
seem
she has
interested.
an idol. I think maybe
Sid appreciates the threat level of Cam. Sure. She definitely said that. I'm sure we can continue that conversation.
Maybe I'll go group up with them right now and I'll sit aside.
Would you be willing to vote for Shervin?
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk to Sid first.
If you guys are willing to, like, we'll vote for Shervin.
What do you guys have?
So you guys want to vote for Shervin? Will you guys for sure do Shervin? Will you guys do that? Like, we're Sean and I are locked in. We will vote for Shervin regardless of if it's a split on us. Like, we don't care. Like, how do you feel? This is your best chance to break up that 4.
Yeah, it makes me nervous.
Because Sid, you have an idol. Like, I think you can make it to the final 4,
Yeah.
but like, do you want to be sitting next to Cam and Sherwin, or Cam and Taylor in that group? Because Cam, we have to get him out next if we want a chance, and Sherwin and Cam are really close, and I don't think they'll flip on each other. This is our best chance to do that. I know it's tough, but I don't want you to end up like.
It freaks me out, but
You like what I was pitching to Taylor. Like, you guys as a group, it's hard to pitch your story against them versus other people who weren't as in the same group as you guys. Because it's like, if you're sitting there with, let's say it's you two and Cam, like, you have the same story to pitch, and Cam has the best story in this game right now. Like, nobody's beating Cam at this point, and I just don't see how we get Cam out without getting Shervin out here. If you guys are willing to do it, Sean and I are 100% in on that. 100% we will vote for Showdown. So, like, please think about it, guys. You don't want to end up in multiple.
Okay. Thanks.
I would highly suggest voting Sean. Because I might be able to flip to save.
Okay.
Just keep that in mind.
Okay. Yeah, is it kind of leaning towards me then?
I think so.
Okay.
But
yeah.
It could be a split thing
Okay.
at this point. And if it is, I'll take your name.
Okay. Yeah, just I'll vote for Sean, and I would very much appreciate it if you could keep me around. Like, no, I won't put your name down at all at any point here. I won't do that. So if you keep me around, I'll stay with you all the way to the end here. So if you're willing to do that for me, I'll do what I can.
I would like us to go. I think we would be great in the final together.
Yeah.
We've played similar games.
Yeah,
I think it makes sense.
Would be great. Yeah.
If I win whatever the 4th is, I'll pick you.
Okay. Yeah, that's like the one.
Did I tell you I told them I have 2 idols.
You have 2 idols?
I went idol hunting on Saturday morning. I don't even know if that's allowed. Or Friday morning. So I don't even know if it's illegal.
I mean, you would have known where it was anyway, so you would have just, as soon as the game started, you could have got it.
And I didn't tell anybody till right now.
Okay.
Because
So you have one for
yeah. Because I got freaked out yesterday with I feel like we should both play ours next tribal.
Yeah, I mean,
doesn't make sense not to.
It'd be rude not to.
I feel like I'm being crazy not playing it myself, but I'm just.
I mean, I'm sure they would say it, but Sid and Taylor really see too much of them for sure.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we can do then. I'll write down Shervin.
At this point, it doesn't benefit me at all to vote you out, and it doesn't really benefit you to vote me out, because then we're just next after that.
No, exactly. Like, I think if we make it to final 3, we both have good stories. We have a good shot.
If it's you, me, and one other person, we all have a chance.
Yeah.
If it's 3 of them, or if it's just Cam that's going to win, and
yeah, exactly.
I don't see how that benefits them.
So I'm down.
I'm 100% writing Shervin down. I hope you are too, and I just gotta hope that they see that too.
Tribe. Welcome. Tribal Council top 6. Congratulations each and every one of you. A strong start to the morning. For some of you. A tired morning for you. Cam. Strongest of them all. Way to go. Endurance on your side today. How you feeling?
Pretty good. Like, at this point in the game, like, immunity is nice.
And what does the immunity mean to you at this point in the game?
Final 5. So, to put it blatantly, it's big. Like, all game I've been trusting trust. It's weird. Whatever.
Fair.
But, like, it's worked, and I still believe in that. But having even more security doesn't hurt.
Sean, 2nd place, tight finish. Could have gone either way. Honestly, your poker face had me fooled. It was unreal. Knowing that you are not safe from the vote, knowing that you just returned from the edge, what is going through your mind talking with this tribe who've been through thick and thin at this merge at this point? How are you feeling?
Well, to be honest, Tom, this is a position I'm pretty familiar with throughout this game. I think some of us hadn't have the benefit or the privilege to be able to trust. Some of us have been on the outs the whole time. And what I want to say to those people is, trust is only going to take you so far. Like, we're final 6 now. We're going to be final 5 after this. You have to start thinking about your argument for winning the game. And if your argument for winning the game was, I was great friends with these guys and we always voted together, is that a strong story?
At some point, you have to make your own moves. You have to make your own decisions. You can't just rely on that group to take you all the way to the end if you want to win the game. I've seen that happen before, and usually doesn't end up well for the people who just rode the group all the way to the end. You have to make your own plays, you have to make your own decisions, and Just figure out what's best for your individual end game, not the end game of your trust circle. You have to think about how a jury is going to look at somebody who's been on the bottom the whole game, set a record in votes. Is that a better story than someone who's run the game from the start? You kind of have to think about that. And I think the same pitch as Sean is, you can trust people to take you so far, but is that what you want to do all the way into the final three? Do you want to trust that group, or do you want to tell your own story instead of just telling the group story against two other people who are going to tell that same story?
I can tell what both Sean and Evan are alluding to. And yeah, if you survive through 25 votes against you, I do think you have a pretty fucking good story. Right? I don't you want a thing that singles you out in the jury in terms of taking you to the next part of the game? That's it. That's who I'd fucking vote for. So, you know, in this terms of being like, ooh, yeah, I've been at the bottom this whole game. Yeah, you have been at the bottom and you persevered through. That makes your story absolutely incredible. And to think otherwise is insane. So, that's my pitch.
So, having just pitched that Evan has one of the best stories here, how are you going to compete with that if you make it to Final Three?
I'm not. If Evan makes it to the Final Three and I'm sitting there with him, I lost.
I do feel like there are definitely some people here that would stand a good chance against me. I don't think I'm just a guaranteed win here. There's some really good stories here, and you just have to think about, is that, do you want to sit with people who played the same game as you, or do you want to be able to argue your own game?
Taylor. A player who in previous seasons had their game roughly go unnoticed, being voted out when you weren't. Now you're sitting in top 6. Surely there's got to be more to it than just trusting and trust. How has your game defined your progress to this point, and would that be enough if you're sitting in that top 3?
You come out here wanting to play a new game as an attorney. That's obviously your plan. You want to fix all the mistakes that you made in your previous season. But sometimes it's really hard to stray away from like your natural like game type, I guess. So to say it's improved, like I really hope it has. I think we're all looking to correct a lot of things that we had done before.
Sydney, correcting things done before. You've been here before. Is this like a checkpoint in your mind after here it's smooth sailing, or are you gonna try and maybe shake things up again?
Yeah, it's heavily replaying like flashbacks in my mind with Eric last season, and then living with the regret for like 12 months and then rewatching it at the finale. Like it's been so yeah, like coming into this position, being at a point to make a very similar decision that could possibly shake things up.
Well, one of these fantastic stories is going to be coming to an end. All that's left to find out is who is going to join our jury next. Sean, go ahead and catch your vote.
Got nothing clever to say. Let's hope this works. I still have a steal vote that I can use next vote. I'm feeling pretty good. I know there's Sydney and Taylor's idols. A lot can still go wrong for me. Next vote is my most crucial one. This one, I don't really care. I do, but who was I supposed to vote for? I don't remember.
I'm not gonna cry this time.
Every day.
If anybody has
a hidden immunity idol. Now would be the time to play it.
Tom?
Ooh.
I would like to play.
Spicy.
This is a bounty board immunity idol. First one retrieved for voting out alone.
I would like to play it for sure.
All votes counted against Shervin will not count. I will tally the vote. First vote, Shervin. Does not count. Second vote, Shervin. Does not count. Third vote, Evan.
There it is.
Fourth vote, Evan.
27.
Fifth vote.
Oh, final.
I'm going to try to spin. Go ahead and join me.
Good luck, guys.
Alright, the next immunity challenge is happening right here, so you don't need to go anywhere.
Oh,
congratulations.
Well, I kind of knew it was coming at the end. Like, I didn't think it was going to work. We tried our hardest, and honestly, I had an awesome journey. I can't really be upset about it. I thought I'd be out way earlier than this, before the merge even, so the fact that I made it to the final 6, it's something to be proud of, and definitely an improvement over last time. So no hard feelings to any of them. I wish them all the best, and I'm happy to watch what happens at the end here. Honestly, did not think I'd set a record, but if there was a record to set, I'd rather beat it so hard it will never be broken again. So I think I'll be in the record books forever, and I'll always have that to remember.
So we just came out of final 6 tribal. Evan went home, which is heartbreaking. You know, only one cockroach left in this, but I'm gonna try to win it for him. And I gotta say, like, my predominant feeling right now is disappointment. I feel like people that voted out Evan had the opportunity to make some big moves, had to make some big plays, and every time they're choosing to play it safe. And I think that only benefits 2 of them, leaves the rest of them out to dry. So I'm not surprised, but I'm disappointed.
Tribe. Top 5 individual immunity back up for grabs. And in the complete opposite side of the spectrum as far as challenges are concerned, we're giving you something a bit more cerebral, something a bit more personal. In my hand are truly phenomenal drawings made by the jury. I will reveal these drawings to you one at a time, and you will write who you believe made the drawing on your paper. You will have some time to do this, and then, once everybody has written the answer, I will show that drawing to the jury, and whichever wonderful artist made this truly impeccable creation will stand so that we can know whether or not your answers are right, and more importantly, so you can know whether or not you know your jury. I will reveal to you the first piece of art. Behold.
Oh my god.
Take it in. Everybody's good? All right, are you locked in? Locked in? Locked in, Taylor? Locked in, Cam? Shervin, are you locked in? Which phenomenal artist made this work of art? Please stand.
Wait, no.
What? No, this one's mine.
No, it's not.
It's not?
It is not.
Oh, I can't even see.
All right. There's your artist. No. Whoa! Shervin on the board. We are moving on to the next portrait. This is the next self-portrait.
It's tough.
This This one might not be as difficult as the others for unnamed reasons.
That one's gotta be Jackson.
This is our next self-portrait.
Why did you guys do that? Yeah.
Sydney.
Willow.
Yeah, Willow.
Wow, who did this one? Please stand.
Stand up.
It was Willow. Actually, no way.
How much a difference? They don't look exactly the same.
We're moving on to the next self-portrait. I will reveal it to you now. Which artist, which incredible creative is responsible for this masterpiece? Survivors, who was the artist?
Cole.
Cole. If you answered Cole, you are correct. Congratulations. That was the artist. Prepare yourselves. Who is responsible for this self-portrait? Once again, this is a self-portrait. Who is responsible for this self-portrait? There are 7 stickmen. Okay, survivors. Sydney, who is that self-portrait?
Kristen?
That's Tim.
Craig? It's Tim.
It's only the madman Tim. There's no way anybody else.
Who made this fantastic piece?
Yeah.
It was Timothy. On to the next work of art. Who is this yoked lad? All right. Survivors. Who is it?
Jack?
Malone? I said Malone as well. Even if it's not this person, I hope it is. My man Eric.
Who drew the self-portrait? We are on to the next self-portrait. Behold.
Oh.
A stunning piece. We will start bids at 1 cup. I know that the jury's probably going to let me down here, but you guys can. Yes!
9 cups.
All right, survivors, write down your answers. Sydney.
Justine.
Gotta be a tea leaf candle. That's Justine.
Justine. I said Kristen. The Bachelorette herself, Justine.
Who's the artist? It was Justine. If you guessed Justine, you're correct. Congratulations. Prepare yourselves. We are having a dynamic shift in artistic ability. Behold.
She tried to defend it. He wants to go to an art gallery after this.
Sherman's face says it all. All right, survivors, write down your answers. Sydney.
Malone.
Eric.
Craig.
Who's the artist?
It puts out torches.
It is Eric. Eric with a torch putter outer. Are you ready? Behold. Survivors. What is your answer?
Craig.
Why'd you do this to us, Craig?
Craig.
Daddy himself.
Who's the artist?
It was Craig!
Approaching more of Picasso-ish proportions. A little different from the last portrait. Behold.
Like shocking every time.
Sherman is upset by this one. All right, survivors. Who is the artist?
That's Malone.
Malone. It's Malone.
That's Malone.
Who is the artist?
It was Malone. Was Malone recognized by the Dolphins hat? It looks more like a plane here, but it's okay. This is a big one. Lots of details to capture here. Don't look away. You may miss something. Behold.
I don't remember that reaction.
I would know exactly who that is.
All right, survivors. Time for your answers. Who is it?
Kristen.
It's Kristen.
Kristen.
Yep. Kristen. She already saw it.
Okay, good stuff. Who is the artist? It was Kristen. Congratulations. What is the point tally, sir? The rules for your tiebreaker are a little different. You are not trying to find the artist. You are trying to correctly answer who is depicted in the picture. Who is it a picture of? Not the artist, but who has been drawn, who has been captured on this paper. These are pictures of people just around. It could be pictures of production. Maybe people from around camp. More flexible here. Higher stakes. Who is in the picture? The first picture is who is this person? All right, Sean, who is in the picture?
Said Taylor. It's Tay-Tay.
Artist, who is this? This is me. Neither of you are correct. You can tell from the red line on my chest.
Oh, the sunburn! I saw the mustache down. Wait, what color are the eyes?
Piercingly blue.
Are your eyes blue?
You've never seen them. And you never will.
I swear his eyes are not blue.
Who can tell?
Oh my god. No, I didn't.
All right, real critics over here. Let's pipe down a bit.
My bad.
Okay, the next piece tells a story. Once again, you're trying to find who the person is in this picture. Who is the person in this picture who is committing literal murder?
Can the jury get to close their legs?
Oh yeah. Who's standing here? All right, survivors. Who was so beautifully captured in this work of art? Both of you are locked in? Amazing.
Willow? Yeah, that's Willow stabbing Malone, I think.
Oh. Who was captured here?
Me taking my rightful throne.
Notice the crown on the top of the hat, the thunder stick in hand. Who did you kill? That's me. Who was captured in this piece of art? Profoundly different from the last. Profound. Who is this? Who is it? Complete divergence from the last work of art. Actual talent being displayed.
I'm locked in on Baron, Willow number 2.
Wow. For once, we have different answers. Keegan.
Who is this a picture of?
That is Keegan.
And with that, Shervin wins. Individual immunity. What a performance. Shervin? Yeah.
Come here, come here, you beautiful man. Let me give you a little smooch. You would recognize that face.
Yeah, we're good.
So it's between Sean and
That was truly
is
that might be
a
one of my
decision that
favorites.
is coming down. Yeah.
Not because of what we see. Yeah. Oh my god. There was such a wide range.
If it ends up being me, at least let me know. Please tell.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they'll definitely.
alert.
Oh, he's brown. He's got a ball. He's got a ball. Yeah,
I'm still scared. I'm trying to think. Yeah, and
No one was really.
Yeah, I do Keegan's and I really take 3
we've not made a decision. I want to hear what Shervin thinks. We haven't even, but yeah, of course. I'm just trying to think about what happens next.
No.
We go to Final Four.
Smile, and I tried to hit it, and it just didn't.
Strategic.
I thought it looked great.
You're a threat.
I knew it would be. I think that would be.
You've played the game phenomenally. I don't know how much of a threat Sean is.
Okay. You know, came second place again in the challenge, which is disappointing, but I'm really trying my best out there. I feel like Shervin just edged me out by a second on this drawing challenge. Some beautiful art, some questionable art, but we're here for it either way. Yeah, now we're gonna go into one of the last tribals and see how it goes down.
Hoping, like, you bring me, Sean will bring me, but I'm trying. Here's what I think. I know that Shervin and Sydney are gonna pitch for you. Like, I have a feeling we already have the win with what we have in our pockets. Oh yeah, you play right a second. It'll be fine. We're stealing.
I started walking back because I thought everyone was gone and then nobody was there.
So it's kind of sounding like Sydney is probably going to be voted for. Right. That's the vibe I'm getting from her. Yep. You still have that one advantage. I'm going to steal Sean's vote. Yeah. It's still only 2, so if you guys also vote Sean with me, then... Yeah. But, like, obviously you guys don't have to get it. Yeah. But if Sean goes just against Sydney. Yeah, well that's... And, like, here's the thing, like, it's a fire-making challenge, guys. Like, send me to it, and I'll take it out.
Would you throw the 4 challenge?
I will.
So that you
go into
you
fire.
could use your
I swear on my life.
pitch in the fire.
No,
Because
I'm
at this
gonna
rate,
see-
I honestly believe you have the best chance in fire.
So we are Final 5, but 3 of us have immunity, and it has to be Cam or Sean. This is kind of like, I think it's better that we've been forced to choose versus like us making a hard decision on our own, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, I feel really bad for Cam because I think it just makes sense that it's him. He's by far the biggest threat. I also think by eliminating Cam, like me, Taylor, and Shervin have played a nearly perfect game. Some people may call it boring, but I cannot believe that we like pulled this off the way we did. So I feel good. I feel good about the 4 of us going into the final. I think it depends if people think I'm more of a threat or Taylor, but there's a chance like I might not have to go to fire, hopefully. So yeah. Open it up. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. So, just given the circumstances, we obviously only have 2 tables. You have an idol. I just won there.
Yeah,
so Final Four, right? So
You can't look at Cam in the eyes.
No, it's hard. Like, he did just say he'd be willing to throw the Final Four challenge and go into fire because he has you. So like that is one thing to.
I do want to
consider
believe
right
him.
now.
It's we take a
But he's
risk.
also he's like
what
me.
if he can win?
I know he wins. He beats
And
all
the
of
jury
us.
goes, why the fuck did you take it?
Yeah.
It makes no sense. He's the most powerful player on the finals, I would say, right?
Here's what I'd say. My heart wants to take Cam with us, but my gameplay head says we should take Sean.
My head has been, I've had my eye on Cam for a while. It's not a big thought. I'm like, this is a risk for us to go Final Four. And then I was like, well, the allyship, like, we're kind of in an ideal position, actually, in terms of making a decision, because we have to, in terms of, like, if it was a big group, but, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we're being forced. We have no choice. I think it makes sense to go Sean.
I think we have to. Yeah, Final 5. Let's go. Me and Sydney
both have idols. Shervin just won immunity. So it is down to Sean and Cam. Cam, I will not beat in the end. I know that for sure. Because his game has hit every point. A lot of social, great social game. A very good strategic game. And I'm just an insane physical competition game. He would take me to the final 2 though. That is one thing I know. I also feel like Shervin would take me to final 2. And I feel like Sydney would take me to final 2. The only person I think I might have to work on is Sean. But how do I play up Shervin and Sydney's game to him enough to convince him to bring me final 2? Because before this, if Cam was gonna make it to 4, I was gonna consider just throwing it, but he brings me, it's still a second place game.
What did you guys chat about?
So I was just talking to Taylor. He was saying some pretty interesting stuff. He said it honestly seems like I might be good. Like, it seems like Cam.
Makes no sense for us to take him. I wanted, like, Evan had to go. I was kind of hoping he would win, actually.
Yeah.
Because then, but this is perfect. I think, for us. It sucks. I almost cried just thinking Cam is so, like, a lover of the game.
Yeah.
So obviously my heart says Cam. It doesn't make any sense for us to take him to a Final Four.
Yeah.
He's got the best game of all 5 of us by far, I think.
No, absolutely. He's such a strong player too. So you're like, I don't even know how that would go down. He's got a great story.
Yeah. So I think that's where we're at.
Yeah.
If I side with you, it's gonna be close. No, it won't. Here's what's gonna happen. If I steal Sean's vote and you side with me, that's already 3. If Sydney, player idle second, if Sydney stands up and idles Sean, you idle me, it'll go back to a revote where we still have 3 votes and we'll take Sydney out instead. That's exactly how it happened. I've been thinking about this all night. But if you don't want to do it, then I totally understand, dude. If you don't want to do it, let me know.
I would just be so pissed if that guy got sent home using my idol.
You won't, because I'm going to vote for you. And it will only be because I'm throwing my votes on Sean. And if you vote Sean, then Sydney idles Sean.
They're saying you. What did Shervin tell me?
Shervin's going to think about it.
Yeah. Is he going to try to, like, or did you tell him what you're telling me? Tell him to vote with me for
I just told him I'm stealing Sean's vote, so, like, it'll just be one more. But you have to play your idol second. If Sydney stands up and idles Sean, you'd have to stand up and idle me. You won't be getting votes. It'll go to a revote. And it'll be the only people who get voted will be Sydney or me. And I'll still have 2 votes and you'll still have 1. We'll just take Sydney out instead.
Holy fuck.
I've been thinking about it all night. This is exactly. If you don't want to do it, let me go.
I need to think about that. Because that's heavy.
What you got to do, okay?
What's that?
Just do what you gotta do. Whatever you think is right. No, there's no hard feelings, trust me. Just do what you gotta do. We killed this game. Yeah. We did. I don't want to cry peacefully, but
I just feel really bad.
I know. Play your own game, okay?
It just makes sense.
I know. It's okay. I get it. I truly do. I still love you so much.
I know. I want to hang out after this.
I'm
You're
really
like
glad
the
the
fucking
bond-
best.
Oh, fuck. I fucking love Cam. He's sick. Had a lot of good times. This being one of them. Oh, fuck.
Oh, shit, this sucks. Alright, so I've laid out the plan to Taylor. It'll work. I know it will. Because I'm a strategic god. Sydney idles Sean, Taylor idles me. He goes back to a revote, and I have to let Sydney out. And I'll still have my extra vote. Taylor lets me know that he doesn't want to do it. that I'm not going to steal a vote, and I'm going to give Taylor my final four advantage, because what good is it to me? So realistically, Taylor, your best bet is to vote me out here. Don't do it, buddy. Really difficult portion of the game, obviously. You know, not only like emotionally again, but even strategically, right? Like, if I don't bring Cam with me, then I feel like the biggest person with the biggest target on my back is me. And it's, do I want to whittle it down to just me being the biggest target? It could be very, very risky, right? But if Cam makes it through to me, do I think that I could win in the final three with him? It's really tough. I don't know.
Because you played a good game.
I know.
Yeah, I'm like down on like my heart wants to take him so
I know. It's okay, trust me. I've accepted my fate.
Yeah.
It sucks, but trust me. You guys are the funny.
I think I'm gonna have
And realistically, since you guys have already told me, just, you guys gotta do what you gotta do for your game.
I know I'm gonna have enough hope out of the next challenge and stuff, but I just think even if I don't make it to top three, then at least it's like a pleasure losing at this stage of the game, you know? So
I'm fucking stoked.
Yeah, same here.
Just be sure of. You get my final four advantage. I'm not stealing nobody. Keep that. Buddy, I'm here. I love you, dude. You can win. You can make it. You can win. You have a fucking advantage for the final four duel now. You can get there, okay? You just have a little bit left to go. It's okay.
Pretty bad.
We crushed this shit. We fucking crushed this shit. I love you, man. I love you.
Well, we're only a few steps removed from finding out who that top three will be. But for the time being, one of you has to join the jury. Taylor, go ahead and cast the first vote.
I can't beat you.
I feel bad writing this name down, but I know Cam would do the same. You played your heart out, made top 5. The only reason your name's going in this urn, I think other people are putting it in there too, is because you're such a threat. And you should be proud of that.
You played so well, bud. As Sydney would put it, you have nothing to be proud of.
You really try to play up like the character of like some hardened asshole. It's really hard. For the record, if I won immunity, I'm taking out Sean, you guys.
If anybody has a hidden immunity idol, now would be the time to play it. It expires now, so it's time to use it.
That's cute.
Blame this on yourself?
Sorry, yeah, I'm hanging.
This is also hidden immunity idol. Who are you playing this for, Sid?
Myself.
Alright.
Any and all votes cast for Sydney or Taylor will not count. I'll read the votes. First vote. Sean. Second vote. Cam. One vote Sean, one vote Cam. Third vote. Cam. 2 votes Cam, 1 vote Sean. Fourth vote. The next member of the jury. Cam.
He gave me his final 4, or I think it's the fire challenge. The Enduring Ember. At the Final 4 duel, not the Final 4 challenge, you can play this to receive an advantage in that duel. My next goal is to just convince Sean that Shervin and Sydney have incredible stories. Damn.
Tribe. Individual immunity. Once again, for the last time, up for grabs. Not safe from the vote, but power all the same. The winner will to save one person to take to the final 3 and send the other into a fire-making challenge. Or, in this case, maybe something more. As it is an all-star season, this immunity is worth its weight in gold for whoever receives it. Shervin, before I can give it to someone, I first need to take it away from you. For your last challenge, you'll face the gauntlet. At each stage of this gauntlet, players will be whittled down until there are only 2 remaining. We start with rock, paper, scissors. One of you, eventually, will get it wrong. In the event of a tie, you proceed that one of you is correct. The first one wrong is out. Then, the 3 people move over to marksman, where the first person to hit their shot is a guaranteed spot in the last challenge, and the other 2 players will shoot until one is successful, guaranteeing them a one-on-one spot against the person who first succeeded on hitting their shot. These 2 remaining players will revisit Idle Hands in a best of 3 challenge. The person who wins at Idle Hands wins immunity and gains the power to decide the fate of every player left in the game. Before we hop into it, I will revisit the rules for this part of your gauntlet. I will call out a notation, a rock, paper, scissors. You will then hold up the symbol that defeats that notation. As an example, if I hold up rock, you should hold up paper. We will hop into the challenge now. Rock, paper, rock, rock. First symbol. Second symbol. Third symbol. Fourth symbol.
Correct again. Rock, paper. Paper, rock, scissors. First symbol. Second symbol. Third symbol. Sydney, eliminated, not proceeding into gauntlet. Join me at the next station. Once again? Yes. If you alone make it in the sequence of 3, you're guaranteed a spot. So you hit, everyone else miss. Congratulations, you're in. The target is the can. One shot each is all they have. Shervin, with a guaranteed hit, moves to the back of the line. Taylor with a hit. Damn. If Sean misses, we have our final 2. If Sean succeeds, it restarts again. So about 3. And with that, we have our final 2. Shervin and Taylor. Sean, no longer able to win the last individual immunity.
It's up to you. It's my promise.
Okay. Like, I think either way we're fine.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
But we can make this pack, or we can fight it out. If you want to fight it out, we'll fight it.
I think we'll keep fighting it out.
Okay, let's do it. Yeah.
I think we're good.
We're good. 100%.
Sending us a lot of people over there.
Either way.
Yeah. This is a best of 3. We have our ring. We have our competitors. Survivor's ready. Go. Very slow pace to start. Engaging. I'm sure we're going to previous season compare success games. Making sure of an on.
We're good!
We have the slow-mo replay. Like, I think the exact same. It was literally the exact same. Let me get set up again. Once again, no win attributed to either player. Starting from the top. And it goes. That is it. Taylor with 1 win. Best 3. Rob is ready. The game is tied. The next player who wins guaranteed immunity. Driver's ready. Go. Oh! That means Taylor. Holy immunity.
Yeah, that's smart. I never thought about it.
Yeah, if you're good, Taylor. Tribe, gather in, gather in, gather in.
Fucking taller than everyone. I could have just do anything times 3.
No, you do not. Only one of you has guaranteed themselves a spot in the top 3. And now comes the difficult decision of who Taylor is taking with him. Taylor, the twist is this. You don't have to make them make fire. We have a menu prepared for you. These are your options. You may select fire making. You may select code names. Forest Sudoku or Arithmetic, which is a HIT trial. You know, high intensity interval training. Yeah.
Lord.
And you get to choose one of these 4 modes to hit the individual you do not save against themselves.
I'm sorry. I have to pick Shervin. Shervin.
Adams. Shervin is now guaranteed a spot in the top 3. This means that Sydney and Sean will have to show down to earn their spot with Shervin and Taylor. Which challenge do you choose?
What are you good at?
Me?
Yeah.
I think I'm good at making fire.
These are your options. Kyogo Sudoku.
So, each of these 2 players will now participate in Forest Sudoku, a challenge we have done in the past. There will be 2 identical Sudokus. First one done. Final 3. All right. This is it, guys. Your last chance to get safety in this game and go to Tribal Council, where you'll be judged by a jury of your peers. You each have an identical Sudoku board. Like we mentioned earlier, you could just sit down, crack it out, solve it without any additional numbers. However, there are guaranteed numbers in the woods scattered around. You can see them affixed to trees. They are the white pieces of paper. Survivors ready. Go. Both opting to nail down as many numbers as possible before risking the run into the woods. Sean already off. Running to another clue to get some assistance. Sydney opting instead to power through. Off she goes. Running towards clue. Sean already on his way back. Top 3 on the line. Using what information he has, whatever speed possible through the challenge. Sydney on her way back. Both now jotting down rotation. Sean off once again. Sean back. Both have roughly gone out the same amount of times to get clues. Both getting ever closer to finishing their puzzles, securing a spot in the top 3. The other joining the jury. Sydney on her way back. Sean still at his puzzle. Sean off once again. Sean back in the woods. Did he retain the clue he found?
I did, I just had him already.
These puzzles are not easy. This is an advanced Sudoku puzzle requiring an immense amount of concentration and focus. Both players have retrieved from the forest roughly the same amount of clues. Both players have been at the table for roughly the same amount of time. Time to the puzzle. Two things that stand between them and
top 3 finish in Survivor Calgary Season 4 All-Stars. Fire versus ice. 20 minutes of elapsed. Neither player has called for a check yet. Neither player completely confident in their answers. One call. One last chance to go to tribal council.
Okay, I want to check.
Alright, puts it down. Goes well. Quiet. Keep this on hold, please. Sean wins. Guaranteed spot for the top 3. Sydney joining the jury.
I just got not voted out, but I lost the challenge. And I think I broke the record for how many times I've cried on a season of Survivor, so that's fun. Yeah, I'm sad right now. I'm really emotional, but I wouldn't have really imagined myself getting here in like my wildest dreams coming in, so I'm in an emotional moment, baby.
I'm sorry, there was a fly on my side.
Now it's a very tight race between Shervin and Taylor for me. I would have been a big Taylor guy until that interesting move there after winning the final immunity challenge. I'm not quite sure what Taylor's motivations were, and so that's what I want to figure out.
I was really impressed by Taylor's ability to put emotions aside and do the right thing for his game by voting out Cam, getting the advantage from him in the process. But then he kind of went back the other way, went back to that loyalty over everything thing by taking Shervin and forcing Sean and Sydney into fire. It ended up working out for him because the biggest threat Sydney got out here. But that's going to be a move that he has to justify to me.
I don't know, there's some things that I need to be able to speak to.
Yes. Yeah, so for instance, for me, I want to know, like, Shervin had maybe a little bit of a harder road, but I want to know what he did to, like, get in there. Like, did people just use him as a number, or did he have influence? That's a question I have.
I'm really proud of the game I played, no matter what happens and whether I come on top. I think Sean, Taylor, and Sydney have played amazing, amazing games. I'm just happy to be here. And we'll see if I can make a good pitch to the jury.
Shervin, Taylor's voting me out made more sense because of the bounty, and that was the turn. Shervin literally came to me beforehand and asked me about everything and loyalty, and I said, I'm loyal to you. You got it. We got this. So I really don't know what's gonna happen. This is fucking crazy.
I think Shervin being a lawyer might have an advantage. You know, he makes a living off of convincing people of his opinions. So it'll be very interesting to see.
I'd be interested to hear like how Shervin plays up, how he was like playing the middle, if he felt like he had any like big plays in there.
Shervin had my back when I needed him. He told me straight up, he said, take your shot in the dark, like you're gonna be voted for. So that I can appreciate, and therefore it makes me want to vote for him. However, I think it would be very sweet to come full circle. Sean was the first name I voted for in this competition. Should he be the last?
I think my story is the cockroach, man. Like, you can try to get us out, you can try to squish us out of the game, but we're coming back. We're here to stay. We're here to win. Doesn't matter if I'm on the edge, I'm coming back. Doesn't matter if I'm asked what my skill is, they choose another one, I'm coming back. I think that's a story that's gonna resonate with people.
Sean, you didn't do shit. I'm sorry, buddy. Like, cool, you won your way back in. I did that too, but then I actually did stuff after. You won some challenges. Good job.
I cannot believe Sean just won that. I feel like he has just come back from the edge, and I don't think anyone's expecting him to have been able to play so well, especially because it came down to the wire. He didn't get the selection. I think Sydney is really upset. I think she really anticipated Taylor to kind of take her all the way to the end. But I'm thrilled at Sean. I love an underdog story. I'm kind of obsessed with this.
Sean came back. We had a good relationship. He came back from the edge. Don't really know what he's done in the game though, so I do want to find that out from him. Shervin, I feel like he played kind of a sneaky game. Kind of was lying to people a lot. Kind of went back and forth a decent amount. I don't know what it was like behind the scenes from the Fire Tribe's perspective, but that's kind of the perspective I got.
This game is about lying, backstabbing, telling the truth. You think of it. There is every single aspect you can think of going into this. So it's time to explain my case.
Welcome, jury, players, to Final Tribal Council. These players have statements to make on their behalf.
Hello everyone. Wow. Coming here, I did not expect to be sitting here. But time to start telling you some things you probably don't know. I don't think many of you know that I'm a really big reality TV fan. I love Survivor. I watch Big Brother, and it's embarrassing how much I watch Big Brother. I love the social and strategic gameplay that is in these types of games. I used to be very outgoing, and then life happens. I fell into reality TV. It just brought me comfort in times that I really did need it. So yeah, there's so much planning and strategizing that go into these games that a lot of people don't realize. Competition wins are huge. A great safety net, but you can't rely on competition wins to win this game. I knew that coming in. I wasn't going to be a comp threat. Last season, I wasn't able to win anything. This season, I wasn't until it really mattered. I needed the one win that counted the most, and that was to get me right here. And thankfully, I didn't need to win any competitions. My name didn't get written down a single time. I was in the majority constantly. Any crack in the core, I heard about. I felt like I was truly in the middle of the core alliance that brought me here almost the entire time. I knew I would have to slither around, make sure people are telling me what I want to hear and what I need to hear, and telling people what makes them feel the most comfortable. I feel bad. I lied to a lot of you. I did. But that's one of the reasons I love these games so much. There's just so much back and forth, strategic gameplay going on, and you never truly know what's going to happen until the end, it just keeps you on the edge the entire time. It's great. I think I came into this game with a plan. It executed perfectly, honestly. No votes, always in the majority. It's been a dream of mine to be able to compete on a show like this, and if this is the closest I can get, then I'm more than satisfied.
I'll just start off by saying I think it's been an absolute pleasure to play alongside everybody this year. I had so much fun, and I just think everyone played so tremendously well. I'll cut right to the chase. I think if I had to describe my gameplay this season, it would be a tightrope. When I was originally on the Ice Tribe, we lost a lot of challenges, and we were at Tribal a lot. My strategy at the start was to state to my group that I'm a value to the group, that I could maybe pose some sort of physical threat in the challenges and maybe turn the ship around. Once the tribes got broken up and split into different groups, that's when I knew I was in a serious amount of trouble, even more than before. I stepped into a split group where there was 5 fire members and 2 ice members. And to be honest, I didn't think I was very long for the world at that time. and I knew that I'd have to really heavily rely on my social game to get me through. I was able to convince the fire members that I was an asset to them, that we could move forward strongly. I built trust with the people in those alliances. And I think one of the things that I did very well this season that I didn't do last season is I waited patiently for my moment to break the group up when I had to. You know, it's not fun voting people out, but at one point or another, I knew that some of the fire members had to go, Craig being the main target of that. And I did not rush to that decision. I waited and waited and waited until there was a perfect opportunity to make that blindside on Craig, knowing that he had an immunity idol in hand that he could have played. Or at least I think he did. I was told he did. I had to play this fine line of, you know, I'm good enough to be your ally, trustworthy, but I'm also not a big enough threat where you should eliminate me from the game. I was able to convince my allies to play idols for me. For the bounty, I chose myself because I knew that people would want to cash in their bounties. And by picking myself, I would take myself off that list and keep myself insulated as I was outnumbered. I didn't have the luxury to take risks on me's and we's or the luxury to take risks on bounties. I had to play the game very, very carefully. I just think that I played that tightrope as best as I could. And in the same sentiment as Taylor, I apologize to anybody I lied to. When you are that middleman running that tightrope, it's the only thing you can do to survive.
I live, bitch. It's interesting being up here with these two guys because I think it's very different stories. I think I've played a very, very unconventional game of Survivor. Some of us haven't had the privilege to be able to play it safe and not take risks. Some of us have been taking risks this whole time. I think throughout this game, I've had to wear a lot of different hats, both literally and metaphorically. I think I've been a bimbo, I've been a girl boss, I've been a gaslighter, and throughout all of it, I've been a cockroach. And I think this is cockroach season. Me and Evan, between the two of us, probably have 45 votes against us throughout the course of this game. These two guys cumulatively have 2. My average vote in a tribal council is higher than that, and I'm still here. And I think that speaks to something. It speaks to an ability to play the game, even when people are counting you out. It speaks to an ability to come into the challenges you need to win and come out on top through slim odds. And it speaks to an ability to do some wheeling and dealing. I think some of the cleanest plays in the game, like when Malone got out, that was me and Craig behind the scenes orchestrating that. When things are going to plan, I'm able to execute on them. And when I'm not, I'm able to skitter away. You know, and I think that speaks to something about why my game is compelling in an unconventional way.
Jury members, your gameplay is on your shoulders now. Kristen, you have the first question.
Taylor, can you tell us a little bit about the decision to bring Shervin with you when you won that final challenge? Like, what was your thought process? What was your thinking there to bring someone who arguably was doing a lot of the same things you were throughout the game, at least from our perspective? And can you shine a little bit of light on that, please?
We were in agreement to bring each other. I was also in agreement with Sydney and Cam to bring each other. Once we got together at the split there, we started working together. We ended up figuring out the code to the lockbox together. That was the idol I did have. We just meshed well. I did mesh well with everyone, but I do remember hearing cracks in the core alliance of me, Shervin, Cam, and Sydney, that Shervin and Sydney occasionally would bring each other's names up. And I was always there to kind of diffuse it and hope that nothing escalated with that, because I knew that I was so tight with these two that I needed to bring them as far as I possibly could to have any chance of being here. but I truly think that there are more roots to my game than Shervin's.
All right. In the words of RuPaul, I'm looking for a winner with charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. It seems that you all displayed that a reasonable amount. And as much as I'd like to ask which one of you is most likely to see the Barbie movie, I don't think that will help my fellow jurors. So instead, I want to ask to the group, $500, which I believe is the prize money, if I'm correct, is a lot to some and a little to others. So what do each of you plan on doing with that prize money?
Barbie movie tickets, $13 a piece. We can break down the math. I think that's a lot. But, you know, some of us also have some other responsibilities at home. I have a 2.5-year-old daughter, Frankie. I'm doing it for her. And right now, the bed frame. It's not kidding it. It's a full, we want a queen. $500, head up to IKEA, get an Evor. That's my plan. So, 2 Barbie movie tickets. I don't think Frankie's old enough yet, and a bed frame.
I've been bartending for a long time. I've had a hard time with finding work in the past, and I found bartending like 8 years ago. And as much as I don't love talking to people, I'm a good bartender. I'm good at talking to people, and that's a lot of the job. It would go to myself, probably bills. I have 2 really cute dogs that could use a new bed probably. I would love to hopefully spend it on some expensive, like some fun stuff. I know some of it would go to some personal things that need to be dealt with before the fun though.
I guess I'll make this part short. Some of us are in so much crippling student debt that we can't afford dogs or a family.
Dogs are free.
I have to pay.
When did I say
I have to pay that off before I can pay anything else off. So, like most of my income right now, it'll go straight into my student loans, and that's just the truth.
Which one of you, if you had to do that high intensity interval training one right now, would be willing to do it, and also who would win it?
I'll answer for the both of them. I'd win it, and I'd do it.
Yeah.
I don't need to pass the mic, I don't think.
Sean, based on your gameplay, do you feel like you actually would have been better on the Phoenix tribe, purely names-wise?
Absolutely. I feel like slow, cold, and calculating does not describe what I've done at all. I went in, I was like me and Justine top 3. Half of that was true, and I think that's pretty solid.
Awesome job, guys. Shervin, I'm really happy to see you there. It completely clears my conscience from last year. Sean, awesome job as well. We had an awesome match last night. You made some really clutch shots. I wish it could have been me, but I'm happy it was you. My question's for Taylor. I want to know, you said you did some awful things to people, and I want to know one of those things, and I want to know how much intentionality was behind it.
I think the most important one to tell you would be Cam's vote out. So Cam and I were working very, very closely. We were telling each other absolutely everything. Cam had Sean's bounty, which was a advantage in the fire building or whatever, the Sudoku. And it was also a steal a vote. So during that tribal, Cam and I had a lot of discussions, and I was the decider to steal a vote and vote with Cam to keep Cam in the game with myself. I knew I would look like a fool if I did that, and I know that's just assisting his gameplay, so I had to put my foot down, and that, like, I'm sure many of you saw how emotional that was for me. I never thought that was going to come out, but I chose not to do the steal a vote with him, and then we had to unfortunately vote Cam out.
This for just Taylor and Shervin. Sorry, Sean. Because you never felt like your alliance was falling apart, who did you want to work with that you didn't feel like you were able to?
Well, there were times where I thought the alliance was falling apart. Like I said earlier, Shervin and Sydney were tossing each other's names. It wasn't often, but it was enough to form a crack. And once a crack forms in this game, like, it's gonna open in 10 seconds. So my goal with that was to not only keep everyone in the alliance calm, but I would try my best to keep every relationship outside of that as good as I could. Some of them didn't work well, like you and I, for example. Like, you caught me in, you were actually, I think, one of the only people to catch me in a lie, like face to face, and you just absolutely caught me. So unfortunately, like, I had to target you after that. Like, I knew I was probably near the top of your list after that. You wouldn't be able to trust me after. Like, I knew you caught me there, but it was just a matter of keeping every single relationship grounded and just as stable as I could, and those that I couldn't, I had to make sure I could find a way to do something about it.
I think there might be a little bit of bias in that it seems like, you know, once it comes down and the numbers get whittled down, that there's this really huge core of like me, Sydney, Taylor, and like Cam, right? But the reality is that core was a lot larger prior to that. Jackson was there, Craig was there, right? And I had to make moves to make sure that I could chip away at the core so that I could stay into the core. I think I played a crucial role in getting Craig out, for sure. And then with respect to getting Jackson out, I knew he was going because Cam had shared that information with me that an idol was going to be played. I actually wanted to keep my options open. One of the people that I wanted to work with that I wasn't able to work with was Cole. I was trying to slowly whittle down numbers to see whether or not we could make more moves and more moves and more moves. Unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. By the time it got to Cole's vote, you could see on my face, I was distraught and I didn't want to do it, but you have to make those moves. And then lastly, I don't think I actually threw out Sydney's name out that much. Other players can correct me if I'm wrong. The only time the only time I really threw out Sydney's name was when I was talking about top two discussions with Taylor, which, by the way, I would now say worked, considering that I'm sitting in this chair.
Hi, Trivia Daddy. One-time winner, first-time juror. I do want to point out, I never did the me to we. I chose we. I never had an idol. It was not me.
Taylor and Shervin, you've apologized multiple times to the people sitting on this side. Sean, you haven't. You haven't said it once. And my question, I guess, is specifically to Sean, because if I'm honest, I wrote you off coming into this sitting down, and I'm not there anymore. So if the concept of the game is to do what has been done, to lie, to stay alive, to do all of the less nice things, if you had stayed in the game and played more conventionally, similar to Taylor or to Shervin, would sorry have been coming out of your mouth?
That's a great question, Jackson. I actually do want to give a sorry to two people. I think Kristen and Willow. I do want to give a sorry to you guys. Like, it's unfortunate how at the start of this game we lost two challenges back to back, and I feel like you guys didn't really get a shot this season. That genuinely, I've been there. I didn't make it very far in season one, and I know that sucks. So I would say sorry to you guys. But to actually answer your question, Jackson, you can't play this game without getting your hands a little dirty, but I think there is choices that you get to make. Like, I put your name down 4 times. I was maneuvering to get you out. I maneuvered to get Malone out. I tried to get Robin out. I tried to break up these big alliances. So I was scheming, skittering from group to group, but I was doing my best not to lie to people, not to trick them, not to misrepresent myself.
My question is for Shervin. That Craig vote, I think, is one of the most important moves of the game. And as a lawyer, I want you to break it down step by step, the actions of the crime, the planning, the deliberation, and then the aftermath, and
kind of covering it up and rebuilding from that point on?
There was a couple steps to this particular process. The first step was the step where Justine got voted out. That step had less to do with me getting Craig out. That step was just me surviving. Then the next part of the plan started in terms of chipping away. So I don't know if this part is true. This part is my perception. Robin and Craig had had multiple discussions with each other. They're both previous winners, and the perception I got is that they understood that as winners they had targets on their back. So the first step of the process was to work away at Craig's ally who would protect them in the game, which is why Robin was selected to go out from my perspective. Then, once we got to the Craig vote, apparently I was mistaken. I did think you had the idol. I didn't think it was like the me-we. I just thought you had an idol because that's what I was told. So I knew that it would have to be a blindside. It was a risky maneuver because if word got to Craig, and if that core alliance, if I hadn't penetrated it far enough, I was going home.
I mean, Sydney had an idol that she could have played for Craig at that point.
Exactly. So we had to play very, very carefully. We didn't tell Sydney, we didn't tell Evan. We only told the people that we had to tell because loose lips sink ships. So that was the strategy behind that one.
I'm in an interesting spot. I don't have a question. I think my mind's made. The only person I think who can change my mind is not sitting up there. She's sitting right there. And so I'm gonna wait to see what she says. But as for right now, Shervin, as sure as I am in my mind, I want you to know it's very close. I think you played very well. And I'm super impressed. I wish still that we got to even talk once in the game. And that's kind of where a lot of my thought process has come to. When I got voted out, sorry that I'm about to cry, but I really care about this game. Sean, you took credit for voting me out. But of all the people I talked to, you were the only person who made me feel unsafe. Shervin, we didn't get to talk. There's a lot of people at the merch. Taylor, you made me feel so sure that I was safe. And I respect that so much. I don't think you played the best game this time. I think you've played the best game that Survivor Calgary's ever seen. You have my vote right now. Sydney might change that. But as far as I know, congratulations.
Thank you. I don't know how to top that one.
Good luck.
All right, so first of all, congratulations to all of you. Sean, we played kind of a similar idea of cockroach gameplay. Respect. Shervin, we started out together. I totally understand why you had to do what you did. Taylor, I think you played a very good, underrated game, and I know that everyone's gotten to hear your perspective because I know a lot of people didn't really know everything that you'd done from the outside. I also now just wanted to give Taylor the chance to kind of give his perspective on the Craig blindside because Shervin got to explain his POV, and I want to know from Taylor's side how that came about.
Okay, so as soon as we merged, I knew both winners needed to be taken out as soon as possible. Instantly when the merge happened, I was constantly talking about how I needed to get a way to get these winners out, but I didn't want to be the one to spark this in case some of these people were still very close with these winners. I'm not going to be the one to just put my target up in the air. I feel everyone out first. This game takes so much patience, so much more time than you actually think. Like, you need to check your entire foundation before you can actually come to a decision. So once I learned people were willing to take out the winners, I knew it had to be done. And like Robin, I unfortunately got caught in a lie with you, so I knew you had to be taken out first. Craig and I were quite close still, so I knew Craig would have to be second. But as soon as anyone brought up Craig's name, It took not even a millisecond of thinking to know that it was time to vote Craig out.
I love how much I've been mentioned. It is about me. Yeah, it is about me.
Well, mine's gonna be a lot similar to Malone's, and I'm not a public speaker, and if I cry, I'm sorry. I was in the game a lot longer than a lot of people here, and I think a lot of the people on the bottom can attest to the information that I had in this game. I had a lot of number one people, and I think a lot of people had me as their number one. I only had one real number one. I wanted Sydney out, and I knew that I could probably get Colin Jackson and Shervin, but I told somebody what I thought, and they convinced me to make the wrong move to keep Sydney around. I told Taylor everything that I knew all the time. He had the trust with Sydney, and he knew if Craig stayed, it was more power to me, and if Sydney stayed, it was more power to him. I didn't ever target Sydney because around the final 7 moment, I had a steal a vote advantage and Taylor had an idol, and I came up with this plan, and I was so certain that it would work. And it would have. And this is another thing in the Jackson vote out. Taylor went to play his idol. I stopped him, not because I wanted him to keep that idol, because he put me in a position where I needed that idol to stay in the game if I had a chance. At the final 5, me and Taylor hatched a plan well before the final 5 ever came, that when I steal a vote with his vote, that's 3 out of 5 votes, he plays his idol second. He can play it on me based off who Sydney plays her idol on herself or the person we voted for. If she plays it on herself, he can play his idol on himself. If he plays it on whoever the person we were trying to take out, he plays it on me. On the revote, we would take Sydney out. I was so certain that I had a lot of control in this game and that I was playing a really good game. And about 3 minutes before Tribal, I realized that I was never the one in control. It was the dude who I gave the plan how to take me out was always the one who was in control. That person is Taylor. He played such a phenomenal game, and I banked on so much that you were too weak of a player to take me out. And when you came up to me and you told me that you were lying to me, that you were taking me out, I have never had more respect for a person. I straight up gave you my Final Four advantage. That was all. The steal of vote was also the Final Four advantage. I gave you it for pure respect for what you did. That move alone, respect you so much, dude.
I love you, man. I love you.
Boys, we've had fun. Congratulations. I just want to say this was this season was just a joy to play. It was so fun. I felt like I was having fun the whole time with you guys. Like, it was truly just magical, and I feel like we're walking away with some really amazing friendships. And so yeah, I just wanted to say that. Yeah, cried a lot. I'm gonna try not to cry right now. I'm gonna get dehydrated. I guess I want to hear a little bit more from Sean, because I know your guys' game is pretty well. Nothing that I've heard has really been a surprise. Yeah, Sean, if you could maybe make a case for there's a dichotomy of playing from the top, playing from the bottom, and playing from the top is kind of positioned as kind of boring, or maybe you've kind of said you want to play a game you can be proud of. Maybe you could make a case for why playing from the way that you've played, not from a core alliance, is an impressive game.
I think ultimately it boils down to what Survivor means to you, and that's subjective. I think there's people like Malone that very much relate to the social aspect of it and the ability to present yourself and make alliances and scheme is what makes this game what it is. And then I think there's people like Tim that connect with the other aspects of it, the challenges, the physicality of it, being able to play the game. Shervin and Taylor played a very similar game. I think it was mostly a social game. They had the privilege to be able to play that kind of game from the dominant position they're in from the start. I didn't really have that privilege. I think the position I was in, always being against these big blocks, I was trying to maneuver, I was trying to scheme. I wasn't gonna lie to people. I'm not gonna look Malone in the face and say, hey, we have an alliance, I'm not gonna vote for you. But I'm also not going to tell him my plans. I'm not going to tell him what's going on. So you got to be tenacious, and you got to be lucky, and you got to win challenges, and you got to be more into the physical side of this Survivor. And I think, like, it goes to the members of the jury to see if that's what connects with them more.
All right. All that is left to do now is to have our jury cast their vote. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, players. Thank you, jury. We're going to go start the votes.
I see the game you played. I see what you did. Thank you for helping me on the edge, giving me cups, and I think if you do win, you deserve it.
Sean, Shawnee Obani, my new bestie.
Never had to vote for somebody I like. It's always about who I want to get rid of.
Hey everybody.
Hello. Hello.
Hey y'all.
Hey y'all.
And I'm actually having a tougher time with this vote than I thought I would, because I went into that thinking that I would vote for Taylor for sure.
So happy to be able to do this. When you told me that you weren't going to make the easy choice, like stick with me, the wrong choice was sticking with me.
Survivor Calgary Season 4 contestants. Final 3, jury. Tally the votes. On the line, the Survivor Calgary All-Stars Winners Buff. Unmistakable. And, of course, our sponsor, Born Brewing. A fantastic mixed pack of beer to keep you hydrated when you get home while you celebrate. And beyond that, $500 cash prize and further prizing from Born. All that's left to do now, tally the votes. First vote. Taylor. Second vote. Taylor. Third vote. Sean. Fourth vote. Sean. 2 votes Taylor. 2 votes Sean. Fifth vote. Taylor. A little bit of happiness attached to that one. Sixth vote. Taylor. There's 4 votes for Taylor, 2 votes for Sean. Seventh vote. Taylor. That is 5 votes for Taylor, 2 votes for Sean. Eighth vote. Taylor. That is 6 votes for Taylor, 2 votes for Sean. Taylor. That is 7 Taylor, 2 Sean. That's all it takes. Taylor is the winner of Survivor Calgary Season 4 Fire vs. Ice All-Stars.
So Taylor has just won the season. I just have one more thing to say to Taylor and Shervin. Taylor, Shervin, guys, I just have amazing game. Guys, I just have one more thing to say to both of you guys. I love you so much. Take a hard look at me right now. Oh. Don't worry. At least they're cold.
do it with you guys. Take a knee with me.
I'm not good at
It
shotting.
never feels
Oh.
Yeah, come here, guys.
1 sec, I'm not.
Blooper reel.
This is why I wasn't part of any chugging challenge.
It hurts so bad.
It's so good.
Okay, I'm ready for that hug now.
Holy fuck, you know. I love you guys.
I fucking love you guys.